Hello everyone, Sheila Willis here. I live in northern Alberta around the Lesser Slave Lake region. This video that I am making, I'm going to read you two articles, or portions of them, from the Edmonton Bulletin in the 1890s, and reference another one. This is in my response to the Pope's visit. I'm going to stay right off the bat. If this can potentially trigger you, please do not watch this. It's meant purely to educate people about what was going on long ago, and I think from these articles it will show a definitive impact of how we've all arrived in the society that we have today. We need to learn to live together, but I think understanding is part of that, because Canada is in a rather unique situation with nations inside of nations and a whole pile of treaties, etc. But the Pope coming has really inspired me to read these few things to you, and kind of subtly is going to tell you that what I think from what I've read. So the original article that mentioned this trip up the shores of Lesser Slave Lake took place, it was reported on May 24th, 1894. So you know that is 5 years and 1 month, I believe, if my math is right, before Treaty 8 was signed. There was no treaty in this area. Treaty 6 had been signed, but basically people were just living together up here with nothing on paper. So Bishop Clut had gone with Leroux and Picard up the lake. So now we're going to fast forward to January 21st, 1897, and again, these are in the Edmonton Bulletin. They can be found through Peel's Prairie Provinces newspapers, and I'm not going to read the whole article, but it's dated St. Bernard Mission, January 6th, 1897. So, first of all, they're talking about Christmas. It says, "Sir, let me tell you a few words about this far north country, where I have been for a few months past. A sketch of the manner in which Christmas and the feast following were celebrated will show how the mission has succeeded so far." His opinion of success goes on about all the things they did for Christmas. Then it says, "On New Year's Eve, I had the pleasure of assisting an entertainment given by the pupils of the convent in the building from want of funds cannot be completed at present. The pupils, who number up to 74, are either half-breeds or pure savages. Here we see such a change in them, in clothing and new ways, that the parents themselves can barely recognize their own children. The program was executed in perfect English and French before a large audience, among whom were we distinguished His Lordship Bishop Clut, Reverend Fathers Desmarais, Husson, Falaire, etc." Goes on, lists a whole pile of names. "The surprise and admiration of those latter gentlemen knew no bounds. We could hardly believe the savage children could act their parts so well, and with such assurance, in languages which 2 or 3 years ago were entirely unknown to them. The evening closed by the distribution of presents furnished by kind benefactors of Montreal and Edmonton. As you can see, this far north country is growing fast in civilization and Christianity," and it's signed by In Brissett. He, I believe, was a carpenter who built the convent up there. Now, when I say fast in civilization and Christianity, there's a document out there that's in question, the Discovery document. You might want to look that up. So, we're going to fast forward for 6 months, I believe, into June of 1897, 2 years before treaty. "A public examination given by the pupils of the convent of St. Bernard's Mission, Lesser Slave Lake, took place on Friday, June 11th, in one of the rooms of the new convent. 60 pupils were present, and surprised and interested the audience by their ready answers to the questions made them, both in English and French, and by the execution of long and interesting program, which consisted of songs, recitations, dialogues, and addresses given both in English and French, and followed by a distribution of prizes among the successful contestants. Lists off whole pile of people that were there. This is the interesting part. Mr. Picard of Lewin Picard, Edmonton, then made a few remarks in English, saying that 3 years ago, on his way from Edmonton to Lesser Slave Lake, that's at May 1894 reference, a voyage which he had made with the Reverend Sisters, these latter had picked up 13 children, one might say on the shores of the lakes, and recognizing some of them among the ranks, he could hardly believe them to be the same children now able to read, write, and speak English and French. He also told the children the Reverend Sisters were real mothers to them, and that they should obey and respect them, and by doing so, they would acquire happiness during their school days, as also in latter years. So, that was dated June 14th, 1897. I don't know about most of you, but I can tell you if somebody took my kids away that I could barely recognize them anymore, and that person was proud of that, it would not sit well with me. So, this is from 1897. It's now 2022, and the Pope is coming to apologize. Grab your own opinion. I have mine. Part of that is in one book. Part of it will be in my next book, because the first one, News Reviews, Lesser Slave Lake Region, goes from 1880 to 1896. The next one will be 97-98, followed by 1899, and I haven't discovered the ending of that one yet. You can find those books at libertymultimedia.com. Anyways, have a great day. And always remember, if you think you know something, research more. Ask questions, because we don't always know what we think we know. Have a great day. Bye.